I was angry yesterday. I guess I wasn't angry. I was angry afterwards. Remember I told you it was saying I was running out of video space, out of memory space. So I went in and tried to delete the videos. Nothing happened. It still said 11 minutes left of videoing. And this was after you and I did the video on the broodmares. We've had a number of people ask us, can you give us an update on the broodmares? I don't have the due dates in front of me, but I will tell you what I know, who is foaled already, who they're going to be in foal to, who we went back to, what their yearlings are by. I'll do all that. I had to go through. I deleted all the videos I could. I was flipping out. I call Curtis. Curtis is always he's the McDonald IT guy. It doesn't matter whether it's cable television on Prince Edward Island, or whether it's our telephones, or anything that is technical of any kind under the McDonald umbrella. That's Lloyd, Bobby, James, Mark, myself, Freddie, and now you, all the kids. Curtis has got quite the department growing right now. He's in charge of all of it. So I called Curtis. I said, Curtis, I'm going to smash this phone into 1,000 pieces. It's saying I have 11 minutes left of videoing. I deleted all the videos. He said, well, actually, you sent them to the trash, right? I said, yes. He said, well, the trash, it can hold the videos for 30 days. You have to go in and delete them out of the trash. I said, well, isn't that why we have the trash? Can you not call it the trash? Because I think if I throw in the trash, it's gone. It's in the garbage. But you have to go in and delete what's in the trash. Once I did that, it started working again. Curtis was right, as usual. Now, in the meantime, in a frantic frenzy, I deleted every video I didn't need, except for like Ollie's pitching and batting cage, just stuff, family stuff. All the videos I didn't need, I get rid of them all. In my haste, I deleted the video that you and I did on Saturday about the broodmares. It wasn't particularly good anyway. It was rather rough. We didn't know everything, but I think we have a better handle on it now. So I can tell you this. Capistrano had her foal. It was a colt by Beach Glass. She is going to be rebred to Beach Glass. She is in Canada. Yes, honey?
If one of our horses is going to have a baby, Kiwi, why should we not keep them?
We do.
We do. We are keeping them.
But why?
You know those horses that we went to see, the baby ones?
In Kentucky. They're all going to be training next year. All of them.
But Daddy,
Yes, honey. I don't like where this is going, but yes, I'll indulge you. What can I do for you?
I will.
You really?
What I'm saying is,
What you're saying? You
I
really?
want to keep horses that have the babies.
So you want to keep?
The babies.
Yeah, we are keeping the babies and the mommies. Is that okay? Is that sufficient?
Little babies?
And the widow babies too. Is that sufficient for you?
No, it's a foal.
The foals, yes. So we have the yearlings, the foals, and the mommies. Is that okay? Okay, thank you. So even the widow ones. We have Capistrano had a widow baby, a foal. It was a colt 2 days ago or a day ago. Just waiting for the photos on the colt, but Pat's obviously very. In fact, I feel embarrassed as I'm telling you this. I still haven't responded to Pat's, but he sent me a voicemail. I don't know if it's the office phone or his cell phone. I'm going to text him back, and then if it doesn't go through, I'll call the office tomorrow. But she's at Windback right now. Had a widow baby, had a colt, and will be rebred back to Beach Glass. Also, what other foals do we have?
Stay Specials.
Stay Special had, was that a colt or a filly?
Filly.
A filly by Monty Mickey. Are those the only two so far? Stay Special has had a Monty Millie filly, and we are breeding her back to. Why are you laughing at that? What
Monty Millie.
did I call her? Monty Millie? No.
And then said Philly.
And then said Philly. Oh, I see what he's doing. Monty Mickey filly, and she's being bred back to Cannibal. You might ask why Cannibal? I defer to our breeding experts, the guys that I deal with, that I trust, Steve and Alan. They both have the same programs they use now. There's another gentleman named Robert in Europe, and we'll get to him in a minute. It's important because he played a role in one other mare, and why he sent me a long synopsis as to why we should be breeding Path of Totality to the stud we picked for her. We'll get to that in a minute. But Alan and Steve were both adamant that Cannibal was the place to put Stay Special, and you can't ask for a tougher horse than Stay Special. So a Monty Mickey filly, and she'll be rebred to Cannibal this year, who is a New York bred. Globetrotting has not had her foal. Now she is a green shoot colt, which was gigantic and looked beautiful on the ground. We got to get some videos. I don't know the best way to do it, to get videos and photos of all of our horses, get them uploaded and on the system, because at some point we're going to have to, we'll allow some of the shares to be sold of those horses throughout the latter part of spring into the summer, I would imagine. But I want to get the pictures. We saw the horses in the flesh ourselves. The Globetrotting colt is gigantic and an absolute stunner of a colt. And of course, at a Globetrotting, I can't wait for that. She is back in full, the Captain Corey, and we have her booked back to Tactical Approach. Now, I had options. I went out of my way. They had the charity auction, and I tried to get a Galarian into TCI, and they wouldn't let me because she's not due till May 15th. It was a little late. You were only going to get her bred twice. They wanted him, the best mares that were going to get in full, to TCI. They were very protective of his semen this year. Very protective. And I couldn't get one, but when you pay for it up front, you can't do anything about that. Now, it's a risk. It's a gamble. You're only going to get maybe 2 shots. But a Galarian has been a pretty fertile mare, so I'm not really that concerned. I could have went TCI to Globetrotting. I could have secured another breeding. And Steve was the one, I believe Alan and Steve both agreed, but Steve was the one that said, he was adamant. Tactical Approach was the way to go for, hold on one second, was the way to go for Globetrotting. He said, on paper, it's a fantastic cross. Yes, Adeline?
Can we get some food?
We can get some food. We're almost to Angola. If it's still open, if not, we'll secure something down the road, all right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next, Lover's Play. I can confirm that after 30 days, there is a foal inside of Lover's Play, and it is a king. It is a king of the north. So we have our girl, a horse that, and my list. I want everybody to understand this. The list of these mares are horses that I have the utmost respect for. Like a horse like Muscle Chrome was a terrible animal, horrible on the racetrack. I'm pretty sure on a hot day I might have been able to beat her to the quarter pole. She was a slow horse. Now, obviously I couldn't, but she wasn't a fast horse, but she thought she was. She was quite proud of herself every time she raced and tried. All you could tell, you sat behind her, you could tell she's trying. It's just God did not gift her with the ability to beat other horses for the most part in a race. But she had good bloodlines, and her work ethic was good. So we tried her. Aided the first one, the colt, broke my heart last year. But the second one, Tomboy Strong, she's at the top of the class this year.
Just remember, he was too.
Yeah, but you're right. He was different. He did have some chinks in his armor. He did have the little inferiority where he couldn't really sprint. He would get it all done, but when he was tested, he would fold. And I always made excuses for him because he was always flashy and pretty and, just seemed like he was a good horse. She's not like that. She just gets it done because she can. And it's just like the other day, we all made a break. She just gone. Come first over, beat everybody. Second over, circle the field. Put her on the front, drive away. She's just a winner. And this is the Muscle Chrome second one. The third one is a Centurion ATM. She's back in full to Long Tom. She has a Long Tom in her belly. Love of God, please, Jesus, make it be a filly.
Yeah.
He was the first foal too. So was he a little frail, a little scrawny because he wasn't scrawny, but a little frail maybe because he was the first foal. I don't know how that works, but the second one wasn't frail. They said the Centurion ATM's a little smaller than these ones, but she was a little tiny, and now she's a giant too. So she grew up. She grew up quite a bit, and now there's a Long Tom coming behind. Now, here's the thing: before I secured the TCI breeding for a Galarian, because it was a great cross, said Steve, that was where it should go. Globetrotting was 100% Tactical Approach. You should use the TCI for a Galarian. Okay. Well, I had a Father Patrick secured for a Galarian before this happened. Steve said, good news. That Father Patrick cross to Muscle Chrome, fantastic. And the cross to Long Tom is actually not that good. I mean, it's not a perfect science. It's analytics, right? And I trust them. They know what they're talking about. And they're both in lockstep all the time for the very same reasons. So, Muscle Chrome will go to Father Patrick. this year. You might say, just go back to Long Tom. I could. Of course I could. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna trust the analytics. I'm gonna trust Steve and Alan on this one. So Muscle Chrome is in full to Long Tom. It's too late. It's the last one due, I think. It's the last one due. We're only gonna get one crack maybe at the Father Patrick. Maybe two, but one for sure. And it will be, as I said, she'll go to Father Patrick. My Jazz, I love My Jazz, and I love that colt. We never went back to Quattro de Julio. The colt was, now 2 years ago, we tried to get a couple of them in Fulda, Kings County. We couldn't. So we bred, last minute, I just said, who's your most fertile stallion that crosses it all with My Jazz? And because I didn't want to, it was 2 years, it was going to be 2 years, she was barren. And I didn't want to have to get rid of her. Thankfully, thank God for Quattro de Julio, because he got her in full. She has a Captain Corey in her belly. We have a beautiful yearling by Quattro de Julio, a colt, right? Cool looking little fella. Shouldn't say little, he was pretty chunky.
He had some weird...
He didn't hang around with her. He didn't want to hang around with her.
I know, but he had that weird color.
Weird color, yeah. I think it's changed since then, but he had a very
like
unique,
blonde.
yeah, very unique color and just a beautiful colt. So she's in full to Captain Corey, and we have her booked back to International Money. And International Money, Muscle Massive. Who was the other one? Uncle Peter. 3 off the beaten path, not top of the food chain sires, but 3 sires that have made massive impacts in our stable. And I have zero problem going to International Money with My Jazz. That's who she's booked back to. Now, Path of Totality just had a gorgeous tactical landing. Was it a filly or a colt? I'm not positive. Are you?
Are you talking about, like...
Everything. The yearling on the ground out of Path of Totality is by tactical landing.
Okay.
She is in full.
She just had. I said, what?
No, she had. Is it a filly or a colt? Do you know?
I think it's a colt.
You think it's a colt, but we're not positive. And so we have a Path of Totality, and you don't need to email me. I can find out in 2 seconds. Path of Totality, tactical landing yearling. She has Captain Corey also.
I don't know. It's not that one, isn't it?
No, we have 5 Captain Corys, so they would have been eyes of 10.
Yes.
Right? Globetrotting. Muscle Chrome. No, 100% for sure. They're all the ones that are in full to Captain Corey. So she's in full to Captain Corey, and we have her confirmed back in full to back of the neck. Or confirmed contract to back of the neck. Now, Robert, our one of our clients in Europe, wrote me this massive synopsis as to why we should go to back of the neck. And clearly he knew what he was talking about. And then when I said it to Steve, he said, I see what he's talking about there. Yeah, 100% you could. So we went to back of the neck, and Robert also had asked it. I apologize. Every year we have kind of this name the yearling game, and we didn't this year. The Standardbred Canada called and said we need the names of these things to get them updated, and we named them all. Ava named Globetrottings, and Mr. Sakim Robert had asked, could you name the Path of Totality full Cloud Rider? So that's exactly what we did. So Cloud Rider is a tactical landing, and Captain Corey coming for Path of Totality, inside Path of Totality right now. And when she falls out, she is booked back of the neck. She's booked to back of the neck, which is also New York, by the way. That's where we're stopping, honey. Is that where you wanted to go?
Yeah.
Good. Iglaria M to TCI, and she also has a Captain Corey, is it? Or is she International Money? Because I had a ton of
International Money.
I think you're right. It's one or the other.
Why don't we know this?
I believe it's I did. See, this is the problem we had in the other video. I should have done a little homework. I believe she's in full International Money, but I can't guarantee it's not Captain Corey. I apologize. I can clarify that, and probably my partners already know. But Path of Totality, what I can guarantee you is who she's going to be bred to when she does have her foal, and that is TCI. We finally got our TCI breeding. We had to pay cash up front. A little scary. If we don't get her in full, we're out that money, but at the same time, Iglaria M is going to be bred back to TCI. She sits at the bar, our maiden filly. I can confirm right now, at 14 days, she is confirmed in full to King of the North. So we have 2 mares right now, one at 30 days and one at 14 days, confirmed in full to King of the North. That's Lover's Play, and she sits at the bar. State Park S was barren last year. She had a tactical landing that looked great. And again, Steve and Alan were adamant. Tactical approach was the way to go with this filly. I said, well, wouldn't it make more sense just tactical landing again if I could find one? I couldn't find one anyway, not reasonably priced. And they said no. Both of them said no. There seems to be a better cross with tactical approach. So that's who we went to with State Park S. And Stay Special, Cannibal is who we went to with her. I talked about this at the outset of the video. Cannibal made the most sense on paper for Stay Special, so that's exactly where we went. 2 mares we bred to blue chip sires, and they are Cannibal and I believe they're blue chip sires, aren't they? Yeah, Cannibal and Back of the Neck, right? New York.
Cannibal is Diamond Creek.
That's what I thought, but blue chip is where I got the contract from.
Oh.
I'm 99% sure I got the contract from blue chip. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure. And then the only question mark was Pull the Shoes. I thought we'd be selling Pull the Shoes at Christmas. It didn't happen. Now we have a tactical approach coming, and Jacob, we're gonna go get your food.
What? I'm hungry.
Tactical approach.
I'm hungry.
Are you? Jacob said he said 2 tactical approaches, and they're both gorgeous. So, anticipated Pull the Shoes tactical approach. I don't know who to breed her back to. I kind of screwed up. There was a very affordable tactical approach sell the other day. I missed the boat. I dropped the ball. I didn't get it. So, I'm hoping that we're getting to the latter part of breeding season. Somebody may shake loose a pretty high-end breeding that we can get. If that's the case, then that's what I'll be looking to, as long as it crosses well with Pull the Shoes. So, that is all the broodmares. I apologize. I erased the video in my haste, in my anger, in my rage. I didn't talk about who? Isa 10? You're right, I skipped over. Thank you very much. Isa 10 has a green shoe filly or colt? Colt on the ground. A green shoe colt on the ground. She is in foal to Captain Corey. That's due in May.
End of April.
End of April, good. And then we have her confirmed back to International Money. Now, Amy has expressed her concerns because...
Is that why there's an X there? Why is there an X?
Because I was just confirming with you. She has Pretty Eyes and Lies stands off a bit. Doesn't touch her knees. Beautiful filly. I love her. And I said to Amy, I don't care about how she stands. I'm looking at how she trots. Lawmaker stood off a little bit. Now, his niece stands off a little bit more. But neither look like they're going to wear new... Well, I know Lawmaker never wore knee boots, and I don't think this filly will either. When I look at how big she is, how beautiful she is, how her gait is, how her attitude is, why wouldn't I want another one of those? So why would I go looking for another stud when I already have a baby that I would love to have a twin of? So that's why we went back to International Money. So we have confirmed contracts with everybody except for Pull the Shoes right now. We are actively looking for the best...
You have a Centurion ATM.
No, I didn't, because
right.
I hear, yeah, I don't have that one anymore.
Never mind.
So we are looking for a mate for Pull the Shoes. I'm looking to potentially commercially sell her in the latter part of the summer into the fall. So I want the very best cross, the very best commercial sire I can for Pull the Shoes for the very least amount of money. That's what I'm looking to find. So now you're completely updated for the most part. A little hazy on Eglarian, but after looking at Isa 10, I think we're right. It's Captain Corey. We have 5. Well, the math is pretty simple. Isa 10, Captain Corey, Globetrotting, Captain Corey for sure. My Jazz, Captain Corey is 3. Path of Totality before, and Eglarian would be 5. All of them are in full. We have 5 in full to Captain Corey, and those are the 5. So for sure, Eglarian's going to have a Captain Corey and be bred back to, and hopefully get in full to TCI. Now you are 100% completely updated on all the mares. I didn't give you the foaling dates. They're all between the middle of April to the middle, towards the middle of May is the last one. That's, I think, actually, Muscle Chrome's like the 21st of May is the expected date.
So we have a whole bunch of Pennsylvania breds.
Yeah. A whole bunch of Pennsylvania breds. Yeah. So that's what we have coming up this year. We bred 1 or 2 back to Ontario. No, 2 back to Ontario, King of the North. 3, Beach Glass.
Yes.
So we have 3 Ontario breds being bred back, some Ohio breds, and a number of Pennsylvania breds. A pretty good mix. 2 New York breds. So a real mix across the board. So now you're all caught up. Broodmares are done with. I'll try and bring you a more regular update with that and bring you some photos and videos of all the babies. We need to do a better job with that. I'm aware of it. You're aware of it. I'll get it done. Take care.